Hi, I have never gone live on YouTube before, so this is my first time going live on YouTube. And it looks like the counter isn't going, so I hope it's actually going. There it is. The counter finally caught up. Anyways, I haven't been able to do any real content videos lately with educational stuff. Sorry, I just noticed things are popping up back there. I haven't been able to do a lot lately, simply because my schedule's been a little bit packed. I haven't had a lot of time for videos. I've had a lot of one-on-one sessions lately, so I'm sorry for that. But anyways, I just wanted to drop in real quick with just a little golden nugget about vocal cord health. Um, so things for you to be watching out for when it comes to vocal cord health, right? So you need to make sure you're hydrated. Always make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And as I look for my water, I usually have a water bottle sitting right at my feet. So I can take sips throughout the day, even while I'm teaching lessons and stuff. But you always want to stay hydrated. Make sure your vocal cords are hydrated before you sing. Also, make sure that you warm up your voice before you sing the harder stuff, before you get ready to do the stuff like the songs that you're working on, or make sure you do easy exercises before you do the more advanced exercises. It's just like with any other muscle group, you got to warm it up. You got to make sure that you're being kind to the muscles. You're not going to go, if you're training for a marathon, you're not just going to jump out there and run the full length of the marathon right away. You're going to work yourself up to it. So the same thing goes for vocals. If you are going to, if you're getting ready to work on a song, do some easy, relaxing warm ups. I like to go low first. I like to go to my low notes first, and then I go to my high notes after that. So I'm being kind to my voice. And then after that, I do the more advanced stuff. So, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you like my warm ups. I'm just reading my comments. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like them. I will have somebody asked for a long vocal warm up, one that would be like, a full session or whatever. I am planning on doing that. I have lots of plans still. I need I need a moment. I also work for a music store and they have me doing extra stuff. So for the store. So I get a little busy, a little overwhelmed, but I plan on making some more warm ups, putting some more warm ups out there. I do plan on putting out some more educational videos. It is there. So, but back to the vocal cord health. As I was saying, make sure you warm up. I like to go to low notes first, and then I like to go to high notes, and then I do other techniques. And then I'll sing like a simple song, one that doesn't, really challenge my range too terribly much. And then I'll go into the more advanced songs just to make sure that I'm being kind to my voice. And before I go to do that harder stuff that I'm working on. So make sure you're always doing that. Also, make sure your practice sessions are small to begin with and get bigger as you go. Just like with running a marathon, you don't go out, like I said, you don't go out there and run the full on marathon like right away. I don't run marathons, so I don't know what their length is. But I mean, I know for a fact that people don't just go out there and do the whole thing after they've been sedentary for a while. They do little bits. They're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna train for this much, and then I'm gonna train for this much, and then I'm gonna train for this much until I meet the goal of being able to do that marathon. So you got to train for it. Same thing with practice sessions and rehearsals when you rehearse with bands. You got to work your way up to being able to do longer sessions. So, maybe start with a 15-minute session to start off with, although most of us can probably do more than 15 minutes. So maybe do a 30-minute session, right? So if you're going to start from the very, very bottom, I say the word so a lot. My apologies. I catch that in my other videos and edit them out. This is live though. Hi. uh, when you are working towards the long sessions, start with a 15-minute segment. Practice 15 minutes every day, for a week. And then say the next week, let's go to 30-minute sessions and practice 30 minutes every day for a week. And then go to 45-minute sessions and practice that for a week. And you see, you keep building up to that to be able to do the longer sessions so your vocal cords can handle it. uh, it's the first time I've gone live. uh, so you want to work up to that. You don't want to. Oh, thank you. Oh, I just like to share what I know with people. That's what I do. But anyways, some of you are probably like, "What are you talking about?" I read the comments and then I'm responding, If you know these live sessions, you know how that goes with us creators. I'm just me. Um, so yeah, you work your way up to the big segments. You don't wanna go out and just do a 2-hour jam session all of a sudden with a band, and then you're like, "Why is my voice shot at the end of the night?" Well, because your voice didn't wasn't ready for that. You have to work your way up to those big sessions, those big performances and such. So make sure you do, like I said, little segments or whatever. And the most important thing that you can do for yourself is really, really pay attention to how your voice feels when you're singing. So if you're noticing that you're getting a little raspy or feeling a little tight in here, um, you should take a break. Take at least a 30-minute break. Sorry, I'm reading this. It's funny you're doing this live stream because I was just Googling about this because I've been really worried about my vote. Oh, I have good timing then. This is wonderful. Oh, thank you. I love this is fun seeing you guys' comments. This is awesome. I've been really worried about your vocal health lately. You go too harsh with your voice and then you lose it. Yeah, because you're going too hard on it. You got to back it up a little bit. Um, you could be, maybe you're doing too long of a segment. Maybe you're practicing for too long and your voice can't quite handle that. So, as I was saying, do a smaller practice session for at least a week, maybe two, and then work your way up to a bigger session if that's why your voice is going harsh. It could also be that you're not supporting with your diaphragm properly while you're singing you know? So you want to make sure those abdominal muscles are there to help support your diaphragm and make sure that you're keeping your throat and your jaw as relaxed as possible when you're singing when it comes to your vocal health. But also make sure you're hydrated. And where was my stream of consciousness before that? Big loud motorcycle going by because whatever. It's nice outside here in sunny California. So, and it's going to be crazy hot on Sunday. So, motorcycle riders are probably getting their fill right now. Anyways, yeah, hydrated, short segments. What else is good for the voice? Good for the voice. What do I do to protect myself? Yeah, I am a true voice coach. I do it 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. So, yeah, and I've been doing it for 15 years, so I am a true voice coach. Oh, stretching your range too. You gotta watch out for stretching your range too much. When you're stretching your range, when you're trying to go higher than you usually go, I know that's not where I had left off, and I'm sorry my stream of consciousness went whoop. But if you're trying to work on expanding your range to be kind, you got to be kind to your voice in that regard too. So take your voice a little bit higher, but don't try to go a lot higher. Just go a little bit higher and do that consecutively. I just remembered what I was on already before, but do that, for several weeks in a row. And then once you feel like that note that you're pushing your range with, that singular note that you're pushing your range with is solid, then go up another little note. Or as if you know music theory, go up a half step. Only take it in little half step increments and slowly work on expanding your range. Don't just try and jump crazy. I mean, you could try to jump for the note that is a little bit outside of your range and see if you can get it. But if you're finding that is not possible, slow expansion of your vocal range is the best thing that you could do for your voice. And then I had that thought and it went away again. Gosh darn these thoughts. Thinking. Hearing motorcycles again. Healthy range. Talking about the range. Oh, I know it's going to come back to me. I talked about hydration. Be healthy, be kind. Right. Long segments. Oh, right. I was talking about paying attention to the way your voice feels. So if you're in a practice session and you're working with your voice and it's starting to feel tight or it's starting to feel you're starting to sound raspy, you need to take a time out. Take at least a half-hour break before you come back and practice some more. If you come back and practice and you're finding that you're still raspy, or you're still hoarse, you're still tight in the throat, then you probably need to take an even longer break. So wait a little bit longer and then come back and try again. Or maybe just wait till the next day to give your voice some time to recover from the good workout that you've already given it. So it's just like any other muscle group. Once you've worked it out, you need to give it a break. And then you also need to feed it properly so your vocal cords can rebuild and get stronger. So one of the things that a lot of the physical fitness trainers tell us to do is to have more protein, because protein builds the muscle tissue. So if you're vegetarian, have some extra protein through almonds and those other sources. If you're not a vegetarian, hey, there's your permission to have an extra steak or some chicken or some fish or something like that. But those proteins are going to help to rebuild muscle tissue. So after a good workout, make sure you give yourself a little extra protein, a little extra boost for those rebuilds. So sorry, was just reading the comments again. Well, if you're a foreign musician, um, I mean, I can kind of tell from your name because it's not, like a, a, a I try so hard to not be offensive in any of these things. It's not so look at me how white I am. I'm so white. I'm so ghostly white. It isn't a typical white name like Bob. But everybody's foreign depending on where you're at, right? I mean, I'm foreign to somebody in, say, Egypt. Oh, you're so sweet. Live sessions are easier to do too, by the way, because I don't have to splice and dice the videos. You sing English. Fantastic. I only speak English. I've seen people post in other languages and I have to like Google search it. I like copy and paste it into Google and have it translate. And then I type what I want to say and paste it back in because I'm like, I just don't want to be rude and ignore you, but I don't know what you're saying in Portuguese. I'm California typical girl. Although I should speak Spanish and being in California, right? But anyway. So yeah, vocal cord health. Back to that. I keep losing that. I keep losing the feel of your vocal cords, right? And eating extra protein to rebuild the muscle tissue. And that's where I was on the path of. Is I was also thinking about the stuff that you eat and the stuff that you drink is going to affect your voice too. So be aware of that, especially right before you're going to do a performance and stuff. I make sure that right before a performance, I'm not eating any sugary foods. I'm not drinking any dairy products or eating any dairy products. I'm not, what else? I try not to drink too much caffeine because I want to be hydrated, not dehydrated. And so you got to watch out for sugar, dairy, greasy foods. I sure do love a pizza, I'll tell you that, but I'm not going to eat it right before I sing, especially not right before I perform, because what's going to happen is I'm probably going to have a few extra notes that crack because sugar, dairy, grease, that sort of stuff will create extra phlegm in your throat. You'll feel extra little gunk and you'll feel like you need to clear off your throat, clear off your vocal cords. You'll be like, which is also bad for your vocal cords, by the way. But that extra phlegm buildup will get in the way. And then sometimes when you're singing, it'll make your vocal cords vibrate in a way that makes your voice crack. Right? You're like singing and all of a sudden you get your donkey note, right? You're like, la, 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 la. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was so terrible. Oh my gosh. Dad, don't eat pizza before you perform. So you really gotta watch the things that you eat and you drink before you perform. I mostly just have water, say 2 hours before I perform, because anything you eat or drink does take time for your body to process before it actually gets to your vocal cords. So if you're feeling your voice is dry, well, you need to drink water, obviously, but it's going to take a little time before that water gets to your vocal cords, because your vocal cords are actually, they're not down your esophagus. They're down your breathing tube. They're not down your eating and drinking tube. They're down your breathing tube, right? So to get your vocal cords hydrated, You drink the water, it goes down your esophagus, your body processes and digests it and stuff, and then it distributes it out to all your body, your organs and body parts and stuff. And so it takes a little while before your vocal cords actually get the hydration that they're looking for. So you got to drink the water ahead of time to get the vocal cords hydrated. If your throat is dry, on the other hand, drinking water will help that immediately. So there's a little extra on the food and drink thing. What else about the food and drink? Watching out for what you eat. Oh, right. And you know how hydrated your body is means that's how hydrated your voice is. How much sleep you've had is also how much sleep your vocal cords have had. And you know, there's a certain in the whole sleep cycle thing, there's several different stages, and only one of those stages regenerates tissue. So you got to make sure you're getting proper amount of sleep to help out your voice too. So body nutrition is super important as a singer. You take care of your body. If you take care of your body, you're also taking care of your voice because your voice is in your body. Duh. So make sure you're sleeping good and you're staying hydrated and you're eating good. That doesn't mean you can't eat junk food. I love junk food. Okay, maybe that's an extreme. No, seriously, I have pizza every Friday. Like today is my Friday. I don't know what it is on the other side of the world and stuff, but today is my Friday and I'm going to have pizza really soon because I'm super excited because it's my Friday and I'm not going to be singing or teaching. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy myself some pizza and some soda and really enjoy myself. So I'm going to read some comments here. Please post this live stream on your channel. I will try and figure out how to post it on my channel for sure. Because that's what I was hoping, because I know people have been there's been somebody that's been missing my videos and I haven't had a chance to really do a good one. Sit down, think it out, splice it together so it's perfect. Yeah, all that. So why sometimes when you sing you suddenly cut off? It sounds like your breath flow is probably cutting off. There can be a couple different reasons why a voice just stops. Yeah, your breath flow, if your breath isn't still flowing, then you're definitely not going to get a note. If your vocal cords all of a sudden tighten up and lock up, you're not going to get a note. It might just stop. Also, sometimes when you're pushing your range, the vocal cords stop vibrating properly. Woo! They stop vibrating properly because they just can't. You're either, you know, if it's a high note, it's probably your arytenoid muscles, and your arytenoid muscles are like, I can't do this job. It's too hard. I'm done. And they just stop. They stop moving. Your vocal cords stop vibrating. It's just like it locks up. So you got to watch out when you're pushing your range or anything. But the voice suddenly cutting off can be a variety of reasons. Airflow is one of them, and the lack of vibrations in your vocal cords is the other one. The airflow is simple. You just got to keep the breath flowing, right? You got to keep it going. The lack of vibrations that means your vocal cords are locking up, and that could be for several different reasons. So watch out for that. And my husband's home. He's back with the pizza. So that's all y'all get on vocal cord health for today. But I shall return, and I have super appreciated seeing you guys in your comments. I love it so much. And I will try to post more videos as I get a little extra time. I feel like I'm going to have some time coming up, maybe a little bit soon. So thank you so much for joining me. You guys are awesome.